Welcome students. Previous session we have completed Unit 4 Atomic Structure. I hope you have understood the lesson. In this class we are going to see Unit 5 Reproduction and Modification in Plants. Reproduction and modification in plants. What is reproduction? Reproduction means a new plant will grow, and modification means change the parts of the plant like root, stem, leaves, etc. See this picture. How a flower become your fruit? Yes, with seed through pollination and fertilization. In this class we will see briefly about pollination and fertilization. Flowering plants. Flowering plants have two systems. First one, shoot system. Second one, root system. Flower, fruit, stem, leaf. These are shoot system. Next, primary roots and secondary roots are root system. Already we know that the flowering plants have roots, stem and leaves. They are called vegetative organs. Next, flowers, fruits and seeds in a plant are called reproductive organs. In early classes we have seen new plants can be grown from seeds. Already you know that, I think. In this lesson, we are going to know about how a flower changes itself into a fruit and the modification of root, stem and leaves of a plant. Once again, I will repeat. Vegetative organs are root, stem, leaves, and reproductive organs are flowers, fruits and seeds. Next, reproduction. The process by which plants and animals produce young ones and increase their number is known as reproduction. Drumstick, for example, drumstick can be grown from both seeds and stem cuttings. When plants reproduced from seeds, we call that process as sexual reproduction. All other ways of reproduction without seed are called as asexual reproduction. First we will see sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means when plants reproduced from seeds, we call that process as sexual reproduction. See this picture. Seed is produced from a flower by the process of pollination and fertilization. This is known as sexual reproduction. To understand how seeds are formed in a flower, first we need to understand parts of a flower. Let's see the parts of the flower. Next, parts of the flower. Parts of the flowers are petal, pistil, stamen, sepal, leaf and stem. These are the parts of the flower. First part is petal. This is the very attractive part of the flower. Many colors in petal. Next one, the base of the flower is sepal. The green part is sepal. This is the base of the flower. Next one, pistil. Pistil means the center part of the flower is pistil. Next one, stamen. Stamen is the male part of the flower. Pistil is the female part of the flower. Next, leaf and stem. This whole part is parts of the flower. Once again, I will repeat. First, leaf, stem, sepal, stamen, pistil, petals. These are the parts of the flower. See the next picture. This is red part is petal and green part is sepal. Petal is the attractive part of the plant and sepal is the base of the flower. Next we will see male part of the flower. In hibiscus, we can observe a long tube on which many stamens are arranged. This ring or whorl of a flower is called andrecium. The male part of the flower is andrecium. This picture is andrecium, the male part of the flower. Each stamens consist of two parts, a stalk called filamen and a loop called anther. If you touch these lobes in a manner flower, we can get a powdery substance called pollen grains, male reproductive part. Andrecium is the male reproductive part. Next, female reproductive part. Inner to the andrecium whorl, we can find a female reproductive part of the flower called gynecium. Gynecium is the female reproductive part. Already we know that male part of the flower is andrecium and female part of the flower is gynecium. You will find this part with a swollen bottom part. This is the ovary. Seeds are produced in this part. On top of the ovary, there is a slender tube-like structure called style. The topmost sticky tip of the style is stigma. Pollen grains are received by the stigma. This is the fourth whorl of a flower. See this picture. This is the gynecium, female reproductive part. First one, the topmost sticky tip of the style is stigma. Pollen grains are received by the stigma. This is the fourth whorl of a flower. Second, style. Style is the cylinder tube like structure called style. Next one, the bottom of the style is called ovary. In ovary, ovules are there. Gynecium is the female reproductive organ. Sexual reproduction in plants. The important sexual reproduction part is flower, the reproductive organ of a plant. Flower have some parts like petal, sepal, stamen and pistil. Petal is the attracts insects and birds for pollination. Sepals are hold and cover the young developing flower bud. Next one, stamen, male part of a flower that produce pollen grains. Next one, pistil. Pistil is the female part of the flower, contains ovary, style and stigma. These are the sexual reproduction parts, that is flower parts. Next one, pollination and fertilization. The pollen grains reaches the stigma. This is called pollination. Next one, fertilization. Fertilization, fusion of male and female gametes. Then fruits will come. Fertilized ovary becomes fruits. After fruits, fertilized ovule becomes seed. Next, a new plant grow. Seed germinates and gives rise to a new plant. Pollination and fertilization. Pollination means the pollen grains reaches the stigma. Second one, after pollen grains reaches the stigma, fusion of male and female gametes, that is fertilization. Fusion of male and female gametes. Next, fruits will come. Fertilized ovary becomes fruit. Next one, seed. Fertilized ovule becomes seed. After seed, a new plant can grow. Seed germinates and gives rise to a new plant. Next, types of flowers. Now we shall learn some important terms to understand flowers and their role in reproduction. First one, if all the four whorl, that is calyx, corolla, stamens and pistil are present, then it is called as complete flower. That is means complete flower or bisexual flowers. See this picture, bisexual flowers. In bisexual flowers have 4 oral parts. Corolla, stamens and pistils are present in bisexual flowers. Next one, if any of these 4 corals is missing, that is 4 corals are stamen, pistil and corolla, calyx. These are missing. These flowers are called incomplete flower. Incomplete flowers are unisexual flowers. Second picture is unisexual flowers. There are 2 types of unisexual flowers. First one, male flower and female flower. The one with androecium and without gynoecium is called male flower, and the one with gynoecium and without androecium is known as female flowers. These are called unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers have 2 types, male flower and female flower. Male flower are androecium, one with androecium and without gynoecium called male flower. Female flower is one with gynoecium and without androecium is called female flowers. Flower to fruit. To understand how a flower develops into fruit, see this picture. Flower after fertilization. After fertilization, petals wither. Next, ovary begins to swell. Petals drop off. Next one, seeds develop inside the fruit. Fruit grows bigger. Then the ovary then grows bigger until it becomes a fruit. This is the cycle of flower to fruit. There are 2 types of flower here, male flower and female flower. Male flower have stamen and stalk, but female flower having budding fruit. Female flower only giving fruit, budding fruit. We can easily identify the male and female flower. Female flower having budding fruit, so we can easily find out the female flower and male flower. Next, pollination. Pollination means the process by which pollen grains reach stigma is called as pollination. The flower that receives pollen grains is called pollinated flower, while the one that did not receive pollen grains is called as unpollinated flower. There are many pollinator types of pollination. First one, natural pollination. Natural pollination. Nature, there are many ways in which pollen grains reach the stigma of the flower and is called natural pollination. See this picture, insects. First one, insects. Second one, butterfly. Third picture is birds. These are the natural pollinators. Next one, see the next picture. This is the artificial pollination. For example, choose 3 or 4 male flowers, pluck the stamens of these flowers and dust the same pollen grains is a sheet of paper and collect it. Open 5 out of the 10 bags containing female flowers. Brush the collected pollen grains on the stigma with a soft paintbrush. Take care not to damage the stigma. After few days, we can see the flower in all bags. This pollination is called artificial pollination. Self and cross pollination. Self pollination means some plants that have both the male and female part within a single flower, that is bisexual plants. Pollinated by this means this is called as self pollination. Self pollination means have both male and female parts within a single flower. This is called self-pollination. Second one, cross-pollination. Cross-pollination means pollen grains stick to their legs, wings or abdomen when they move from one flower to another. This is called cross-pollination. The difference between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination means pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or the another flower of the same plant. But cross-pollination, pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the same kind or different plant. Second point is, plants do not need to produce pollen grain in a large quantity for self-pollination. But cross-pollination, plants need to produce pollen grains in larger quantities to increase the change of pollination. Third point, self-pollination. It does not produce changes in the characteristics of new plants, but cross-pollination does introduce variation in characteristics of new plants. Next, fertilization. Through pollination, after pollination will come fertilization. Through pollination, pollen grains reach stigma. What happens to them after this? Substances produced on the stigma causes the pollen grains to germinate. During the germination, a tube develops from the pollen grain that carries male gametes that ultimately reaches female gametes inside the ovary through the style. Male gamete fuse with the female gametes to form zygote. This process known as fertilization. See this example, fertilization example. First, flower pollination. Pollen grain, stigma, style, ovary, ovule, then egg. Next, fertilized egg becomes the embryo of seed. Next, seed germinates to produce plant. Next, plant produce flowers, that is stamen and anther. Next, longitudinal section of a ovary and transverse section of a ovary. Cut a ovary of a flower both vertically and horizontally. Observe the ovules. Compare the ovary and ovules from few different flowers. Are there one or more ovules? Can you see any connection between the number of ovules in the ovary and number of seeds in each fruit? Yes. Ovary is one, but ovules, many ovules having in the ovary. See this picture. Ovary, one ovary. This is the longitudinal. First picture is longitudinal section of an ovary. Second picture is transverse section of an ovary. In longitudinal section of an ovary is one, but inside ovule, one ovule. Some flowers having one ovule, but some flowers having many ovules. Thank you, children. We'll meet the next session.